Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is part 2 of our Back to Basics series, and today we're going to be discussing foundation. We're going to talk about some of the basics of foundation to put it on. First of all, how to pick out your shade, because that's a very important part of foundation. A lot of people get this wrong, and when you get that wrong, it sticks out like a sore thumb. First of all, there are several different kinds of foundation on the market right now. A lot of them are kind of marketed under different names. You have your different coverages. You've got your basic tinted, like your skin tints, which right here we have our Summer Fridays, which is a skin tint, and you have your BB creams, which is a beauty benefit cream. And these basically have added ingredients, and most of the time it's just like a sunscreen, and it will improve the condition of your skin as you wear it over time. And you've got your OG full coverage 2016 foundations, like your Trace HD liquid coverage, your cushion foundations. So how do you know which one you pick, right? Well, that's based on your skin type and the type of coverage that you're wanting to achieve for the occasion that you're wanting to wear it. For basic everyday looks, for going to work, if you have basically great, not just great, but like if you're not wanting a heavy, full glam, full beat look, you're going to want to either choose a skin tint or a tinted moisturizer. Your first basic right here is your Summer Fridays Sheer Tint Skin Tint. This is a very light coverage because, I mean, here, I'm going to show you. Like, you're not going to get a whole lot of coverage out of that. You can see basically all of my veins, my skin. All it's going to do is even out your skin tone, and that's it. It's not going to give you any coverage. And we're going to go on to our tinted moisturizers and our tinted sunscreens. So here we have a tinted moisturizer. This is by Smashbox. I really enjoy this formula a lot. It actually gives me a lot more coverage than I anticipated it to give me. That being said, it does feel really nice and hydrating on the skin. As you can see, it gives me a lot more coverage than the skin tint did. We also have our tinted sunscreens, and I kind of covered this one in my last video, but this is a broad spectrum tinted primer serum, but I do use this as a foundation because it does have quite a bit of coverage to it. As you can see right here, that's not even a full drop, and it's probably going to cover a good portion of the back of my hand. Moving on, we have the Audacity Mineral Drops Tinted Sunscreen. I feel like this one has a really good coverage level, and it's just a tinted moisturizer, but it's very sheer. Unfortunately, this one really doesn't match me well, so I can't use it. As you can see, that has really, really good coverage. I have to use that one like end of the summer. This one I really, really like a lot. This is the Dime Beauty Wonder Screen. I do have a code for this one and the Beacon 1802, so I will leave those down below. This one has great coverage, and it does have SPF 30, and it's very hydrating. See how thick that is? I mean, that gives you some pretty good hydration. And Dime Beauty is known for being affordable. I mean, look how well that's hydrating my skin while also giving me coverage and protection from the sun. So definitely can't beat all those benefits. Now we've got our beauty benefit creams, or our BB and BC CC creams. That's what all that means, if you were wondering. It's beauty benefit. I can't remember what BC is, but CC is color correction foundation that corrects color as well. This one is from Purlisse, and I love this one a lot. This one gives you a tremendous amount of coverage, while at the same time I found that it really doesn't sink into like fine lines, texture, and it has an SPF level of 30. It's also oil-free, which is a pretty good perk for me because I am acne prone, and it gives you a nice natural looking skin-like finish. And another brand that I do really like, the only thing is, like, I have a hard time shade matching with this brand. It's Yensa. They have the Skin On BC foundation, and this has its full coverage with an SPF of 40 built in, and they have like a lot of skincare benefits in their makeup, and I really enjoy that, because it's like if I'm gonna you know, put makeup on, why not treat my skin while I'm at it? But with this one, I feel like it's more the undertone than anything. So with finding your shade and finding your undertone, the undertone can throw everything off. And that's one of the most important things to know with finding your shade and finding your match. So on the bottom of the bottle, and this is the foundation that I'm wearing today, it's a full coverage, it's by One Size Beauty, it's Turn Up the Base Full Beat Liquid Foundation, and I'm shade Fair 30N. That N, it stands for neutral, and a lot of times you'll also see C, which stands for cool, and then W for warm. Sometimes you'll also see an R for rosy. So how you figure out which one you are? First of all, one way to look at it is, do you look better in silver or do you look better in gold? If you look better in gold, then most likely you're a W or a warm. If you look better in silver, you're probably a cool or a neutral. If you look better in both, or if you look good in both, then you're probably a neutral. You can also look at the veins on the bottom of your wrist. Do they look green or do they look blue? If they look green, then you're a warm. If you're if you're green, then they look warm. If you're a blue, then you're a neutral, if they're blue, then you're a neutral. And then if they kind of give a little bit both, they could be blue or they could be green, then you are a neutral. I hope that helps because, like I said, you could find the right shade, but if the undertone is off, then that's gonna throw everything off. And you'd wanna match the color of the foundation to your neck, not your face. Because a lot of times, because we're wearing sunscreen all day, the shade's not gonna match your neck. Your face is not gonna match your neck. So you wanna match it to your neck and the rest of your body instead of just your face. These two are medium full coverage foundations. So this is Yensa again. It's basically a similar foundation to this one, only it's just a little less full coverage and it's a lot more sheer. It also has a lot of the same skincare properties in it, and it also does not match me clearly. So with a medium full, basically what that means is however you apply it, it could appear medium coverage or it could be full coverage. If you build it up or if you use it with, say, different application methods, it could be full. If you're using it with, say, like a brush and then blending it in with a sponge afterwards, it's going to be a medium coverage because the brush and the sponge is going to absorb some of the coverage. But if you're, say, using your fingertips and blending it in that way, then it's going to be a full coverage because your fingers aren't going to absorb any of the coverage. And that's another thing with a lot of different foundations. You can modify the coverage by the different application methods that you use. If you use a sponge, if you use it dry, you're going to have a lot more full coverage than if you use it wet, if that makes sense. And then this one I do really like, but a lot of people who have drier skin don't really care for this one. This is the Smashbox Always On Skin Balancing Foundation with hyaluronic acid and adaptogens. Now, I have found that in the winter months, this one doesn't look as good on me as it does in the summer months, but my skin is drier in the winter months. So keep that in mind if you're thinking about picking this one up. This one is a medium to full coverage foundation. And I do notice that if I have dry patches on my skin, it's gonna cling to them. And if I have acne, I really do have to work to cover it up. But if my skin looks good and my skincare is on point, then this is gonna look fantastic on my skin. This is the old school, and this one definitely needs to be thrown out. It's separated. But this is the original Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation, and I think that they've actually reformulated this one. I love this foundation a lot because it's a medium full, but it gives a very luminous finish to it, so it can be worn by somebody who has oily skin with a powder. Bear that in mind. You definitely want to have a powder if you're giving oily that day, or it can be worn by somebody with dry skin, and it's going to look fantastic with or without a powder. This is a cushion foundation. This is made by Clio. You can get this on Amazon, and it is very affordable, and I love the coverage of this foundation. However, I will say if you have a deeper skin tone, this might not be for you because this is a Korean foundation, and with a lot of Asian foundations, deeper skin tones don't have much luck finding a shade match. However, I really like this. This is your perfect, like, getting ready in a hurry foundation because look at that. It looks beautiful on the skin, and it's such a full coverage foundation. I mean, cushion foundations are really becoming a big thing right now. The Tier, I haven't tried that one, but I've heard really good things about it. But I do really like that one, and their mascara is amazing. It's the only mascara that will hold curl on my lashes. This one is no longer being made, so I've debated even saying anything about it, but this is the Becca Ultimate Coverage 24-hour foundation, and it's still good. I still use it from time to time. Becca is no longer even a brand anymore. This pump has always been a problem. And I'm going to show you why I have always loved this foundation. And this is not a great shade match for me right now, but see how little I just put on my hand? Yeah, that was like your ultimate 2016 full beat foundation right there. And then last but not least, this is also a 2016 full beat foundation. This is the Catrice Ultimate Coverage Foundation. If you have a lot of deep lines, this is not going to be your girl because she's going to settle in them. This was like my 2016 go-to because, I mean, it gives a very skin-like finish, but it also settles in your fine lines like nobody's business and your deep lines. And yeah. That's definitely giving a full beat right there. Generally with foundations, I generally do my primer, then I do a color correcting, brows, and then foundation. So after I do everything step by step, we'll go in and we'll do a step-by-step look, and hopefully that will help you get everything on point. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give me a like, follow, and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you want to see next, and I will be back with another one. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.